Hello folks, hey guys. Right, this is a completely new setup so I don't know, can you hear me? Hello folks, hey guys. Right, this is a completely new setup. Right, it seems to be working. So, right, yay! I think I've got it. I think I've got it. So, new setup means that I have this camera and if I do this, I have this camera too. Yay! Hello! So what this means is that if I just, whoops, get out of the way and bring this forward just a little bit. That means I have picture in picture. So there we go, and I can zoom in if I need to. Ta-da! And zoom out. So the reason I've gone live today is because I'm trying out this setup and seeing if I can get the setup correct and everybody hearing me and things. So I'm just going to log into my YouTube on my phone, and what I'm hoping that will do is it will allow me to actually read the messages, because I can't see you can't see this. Maybe if I turn this around, you'll be able to see what I mean. There is my mic, and up there, I don't know if you can see that, up there is my webcam. So it means that I can't see the monitor. So I'm going to see if I can see the monitor on my phone. I will of course have to mute it. There we go, that's it muted. So there we go. I have and I think I've got it. By Jove, I think I've got it. I am so grateful for your patience with this. Now, that's what that is. That's not helpful. I haven't got it back to the right bit yet. There we go. That's that right bit. Hey! So guys, yeah, what's new? How are you getting on? I'll just say hello to everybody. Hi Angie. Who else is in? Oh, we've got Madonna. Hi Madonna. We've got Mona. Hi Mona. Mona is always my trusty monitor, moderator even. We've got Laura. So yeah, it looks like I have actually sussed out how to get my stream live so I can do picture in picture. I've had I've had OBS and the ability to do this for a while now, but it's not been working correctly. I've had a lot of difficulty. So hi Angie. Right. The reason I decided to go live is because I wanted to test the live stream. I am going to be going live on, oh hold on a second, I've just noticed that it's not quite in the right spot. I'm going to put it up just a little bit like so. So I'm just increasing the zoom so that it fills more of the screen. So yay! Yay me for actually finally getting the settings right. Okay, so the plan is for today, I will still have to move a camera. I'm hoping by Friday I will have sussed out how to have 3 cameras and I won't have to move any cameras. The plan for Friday is to show my painting, to show me, and to show my palette. So that's why I'm hoping to have a third ability to have a third camera. So yeah, I'm excited. What about you guys? Are you excited that I've now got picture in picture and I can have a I can have it just this camera. I can have it this camera. Yeah, I'm so excited. So we'll go back to pick and pick. Yay! It's working. Oh, and I may not have set my camera to not switch itself off, so this might switch itself off. If it does, I'll just quickly switch it back on again. So, yay. Right, hi Linda. Yeah, I'm just testing out my setup today. Sorry, excuse me. Right, so that will mean that you will see when I'm painting, you'll be able to see everything. I can even zoom in. Oh, wrong way. I can zoom in if I need to. Of course, I will have to move the camera around a little bit. But yeah, I can zoom in if I need to. So I'm going to do that so that, here we are, so you're not getting the camera in. And this way I can keep an eye on my phone for the chat. Now bear in mind that when you post something up, there will be a delay, because there's a delay in you being able to see my stream. So when I'm watching, that means that there's a delay, so I will not see your messages quite as quickly. However, it might help me to keep up with the chat a little bit better and not miss as many questions. So, any questions so far? Are you able to hear me okay? That is a question I wouldn't mind being answered by you guys, because the mic is a reasonable distance away from me again. So hopefully you are able to hear me. And I'm going to really just talk through today just my plans for Friday. I thought it might be a good idea to kind of talk about the materials, the paints, and that kind of thing, for Friday. Because then that means that, yep, you can hear us fine. Fantastic. Excellent, 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 excellent. Yay! So yeah, I thought if we were to talk about the materials and what we're actually going to be doing, I can give you maybe a quick demonstration of the types of things that I'm going to be doing. So maybe to alleviate some fears, because Friday's stream, and I'm going to have to change all the settings again because I've managed to accidentally undo some of the settings for the live stream when I was trying to sort out my technical difficulties for testing today, and this is the most important reason why I was testing today, so I knew exactly what I was doing on Friday, because what I didn't want to do is I didn't want to eat into our time for the lesson. So that is essentially why I'm going live today. Yes, and it will be a birthday party for Mona, because it's Mona's birthday on Friday, and providing that she doesn't get a surprise visit from her relatives, her family, then we will be having a party. So that's kind of cool as well. It will be an art party for Mona. Right, so let me grab my trolley and let me show you the brushes that I am likely to use. These, as you can see, these are the Art Sherpa brushes, and I can't get them to go into focus. Ooh, that's why, because it's not on autofocus. Let me just, or is it on autofocus? Yeah, it is on autofocus. It's my other camera, so I don't know why it's not focusing. I can't get it to focus. Ah, there we are. There we go. It's focusing now. So it's the Art Sherpa brushes that I have. I have a size 2 and 4 of the Bright, and I have a 4 and 8 of the Cat's Tongue. So these are the brushes I'm going to be, oh, and that's it gone off. Right. Hold on. There we go. It might, yeah. Okay, that's interesting. I'm going to have to change the settings in the camera. So bear with me, because if that keeps going off, oh, I need to change the battery pack as well. That doesn't help. Right. I do have a battery sitting. So you see, these are all the kinds of things that I'm glad I'm doing today. Because it means that I can iron out, still here, I can iron out, no, that's the wrong way round. I can iron out all this nonsense. So there we go. Let's get into the menu. Oh, come on. Menu, here we are. Got it. Sorry guys, I am still here. Okay, can't remember how to actually take it off of. Right. I think I'll do that at another time. Whoa! I'll do that at another time. Let's get this set up so that you can see what I'm doing again. This is not helpful. This is not helpful at all, sorry. Right. Oh, I'm so sorry. Thank you very much for your patience, because every time I go out I have to reset. There. I have to reset it all. So I have to take this out and then add it again. There we go. Right, and then I'm going to have to change that. There we go. That's it. See, this is life as a YouTuber. This is not going to get a lot of views at all or whatsoever, but what it does do is it allows me to actually make sure that I know I've got everything set up for Friday. So I really, 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 really appreciate you guys. Okay, that's us. That's us back up set again. Right. It's all good. These are the things you want to figure out. Yes, this is why she's doing this live, to get things fixed for Friday. Yeah, we're here. We can chat off to the side while we wait. There you go. Oh, fantastic. Thank you. I really do appreciate it. So, a quick question. Obviously, I have my camera set up here. Is it annoying? Does it get in your way in terms of seeing me if you're seeing this actually in frame? Would you prefer if I had it out of frame? Right. There we go. I will pop that along. There we are. There. Because what I can also do, if I need to, for references and things, I've still got this stuck on from the last time I was using it, and I may kind of show you a little bit with this today. But essentially, I can like ignore the picture and have it as another picture up in the corner, maybe here somewhere smaller, because I can insert images. So it doesn't have to be on this, it's still anyway, so I can have another picture up here, so you guys can actually see it. Mona's saying it's not annoying. Oh, hi Chrissy. Hi. Welcome. Linda's saying whatever works best for you. Excellent. Thank you. I really appreciate that, because obviously the reason I'm doing this is I need to know what I'm doing, but equally I also want to know what's helpful for you guys. So as I said, I'm going to learn how to set up one more camera, so that I can still keep it on me. So you'll see me painting, or I will just simply, for example, I will simply do this, and then I will, I'm still here, I will then move the other camera to a position where you're going to be able to see or alternatively, I can just simply warn you, step in front of the cameras and just, oh, don't know why that's went back on. That's irritating. Oh, it's because, do you know what it is? It's because it's catching me. It's capturing me. The moment I do that, it's capturing me, so it brings up the boxes. So it's camera doing its job, clearly. Right. So looking at it from that point of view, all you can see is my legs. That's not helpful. I think what I may have to do in that instance, because I really don't want, I mean, as nice as my tights are, I'm really not sure that that's the best view. So looking at it from that point of view, what I might do is show you my ear. Oh dear, sorry guys, is bring this camera right, why's there we go, and then that will allow you to see that. Okay, that's it's not ideal. I can play around with the camera angle and things. Ooh, actually, what might be helpful is doing it that way, so that it's actually on its side. And maybe putting that there. That might be, whoops, sorry guys. There. That might be a bit better. It's a little bit of a stretch for me though, that's the only thing. But yeah, that's, you know, we're getting to a point where you know, that might be useful. So nice tights. Right, okay, so Linda is saying, love learning about the tech stuff. So that's something I could tell you about. And Linda's saying, because Chrissy said that it's really hard to get things set up, and Linda's saying, I can imagine, I can barely record. So today's live stream could also actually, in fact, maybe that's what I should have done. Maybe I should have done the whole reality of YouTube live streaming, and I could actually talk you through a lot of some of the stuff that I'm actually having to do. Right, the camera, this camera here, that you can see my fingers close up to, this one, whoops, there, this one, the little camera up in the corner, this is my webcam. The other camera is, in fact, what I'll do is I'll take this camera off, and then I'll do this. So I've now got the webcam in my hand, and I'm going to bring it round, and I'm going to do that. So this camera is a Logitech. This is a webcam, and this camera here is a Canon 750D. So in order for me to be able to live stream, I use the live view and I use window capture on OBS, and I use the webcam as the video source. So I'll turn this camera around and hopefully you'll be able to see. Whoops. Sorry about the mess. But you can see the settings. So this is the OBS setup. Whoops. So you can see that there. You can't really read it, but that's kind of giving you an idea. So I've got a camera here. I've got the microphone here, which is a Blue Snowball. That's actually a very good mic. And I also have a microphone on the webcam, but I'm not using it today. So does that help? Has that helped? Let me get this. Oops. Let me get this back on there. There we go. Right. So let's see. I'd be lost without hubby. I can record. I have a Sony Handycam that I'm happy for. Linda's saying I cannot find my camcorder. It's in the dreaded spare room somewhere. I have a very old camcorder, but it's so old it's not digital. It's still the tapes. So I cannot use the webcam. I'm pretty sure I can't use the webcam to record, which is a shame, because I would like to be able to record. So any other questions about my setup? Linda says I have a Blue Yeti microphone. Yes, they're quite good as well. The Yeti and the Snowball are supposed to be really good. Supposed to be really good cameras. So that is essentially the setup, and it looks like right, I'm sorry, I'm just reading. I am still here. Which camera? Here, I am still here. So, Mona's saying, Chrissy is saying, capture cards, OBS, it's a learning experience for sure. Yeah, I've kind of I've spent quite a few months just learning how to actually set up OBS and things. It's only really been in the last few days that I've actually figured out the right settings to actually get a decent live stream, because up until this point it kept telling me that it wasn't a good enough, there wasn't enough information being received for YouTube to then put it out live stream. So I've been kind of it's not OBS that I needed to learn, it was actually the YouTube live stuff I needed to learn. So I think I've now sussed it, and that's what took me such a faff to actually get this started. So Tanya, you need to find a good way for you to have the palette. You cannot have it where it is, it will fall maybe, and it's a bit too far. It is quite far away for me to reach, I will admit. So let's see if we cannot figure out how to get it a little bit better. So what does OBS? It's open broadcasting service. It's essentially a software that allows you to have all your different cameras set up, that you can switch from one camera to another camera. So as I said, I can switch. There's the webcam only. There's this camera only. And that is all of the cameras in together. And even within that, my sources, I can hide things, bring them back. So hide this, bring it back. Audio capture. So I obviously put myself on mute and said put me on mute. Duh. So yeah, that's hopefully that's helping you guys. Right, you're supposed to be able to go live with the phone too. I've never tried that. Yes, you can go live with phone, iPad, your computer, anything. If you go live with your phone, you've only got one camera, and to be able to have your different views, like your picture in picture, it is really it's needing to be the OBS. So essentially, it's a meeting area, if you like. So you've got everything all in the one space, and it's the one stream that's going through, and so that's what OBS is. So Chrissy's saying capture card basically can turn your camcorder into a webcam. Yeah, I don't. I'm wondering actually if that kind of thing would potentially allow me to use my webcam that isn't digital. It's a tape one. I very much doubt it. I suspect probably not. But it would be nice if it did. But I suspect probably not. But yes, Chrissy, that's exactly what capture card is. It allows you to turn your camcorder into a webcam. Oh, excuse me. And probably the same with iPhones and iPads and things. So that's the next thing that I'm going to be getting set up is either my phone or probably one of my iPads. It'll probably be my little iPad mini. And Chris is saying if you use your phone, it can really heat up. Phones get very hot. Yes, that is also very true. Anytime that I've used my phone, it's usually been to stream to like Facebook or something, and I found that my phone can get quite hot. I usually set it up so that it's directly into the mains, not using the battery. So yeah, it can get hot. Right, okay. I think that's pretty much that. Let's see if we can maybe think of somewhere else that I can pop. My palette. Right, sorry guys, I'm going to, in fact, oh no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to stick to the DSLR, and that means I won't make anybody dizzy. Right, that then just gets in the way there. That's not helpful. So if I do this, oh, that's not helpful either. Yeah, that's just going to be in the way there. Okay, I think we're back to I think we're back to the camera where it was actually. Right. Okay, that's right, pick and pick. There we go. I think that's as close as I'm going to get it without having, because what happens is if I've got the camera here, then everything, if anything I put here is going to get in the way and you're not going to be able to see this. I could potentially get an extension cable for the leads, and then that would allow me to move my camera to this, you know, to the opposite side. So instead of it being on this side, I can have it on this side, and then that way the actual webcam can be directly over on the right hand side. So yeah, it's going to be a little bit tricky, but I think that should be okay where that is. So let's test it out, shall we? I'm going to pop on the big light, as we say in Scotland. It's actually my studio light I'm putting on rather than the big light, but I thought I'd say the big light because it's funny. Right, so that's that. I mean, I'm going to play around with it. And you know, I can tweak things and what have you. Now you can now see shadow here, and that's because the sun's actually shining directly in from my window, and sometimes it's better to just shut the blinds, and then that way it's only the lights in the room. Oh, wrong one, wrong way. There we go. And then that way I can pop on the other studio light, and then that gives us that. So right, let's see. Let's talk about paints. Let's talk paints. For the challenge, I am going to be using my studio paints. Well, for the challenge, for the lesson, I'm going to be using my student paints. These now. I'm just trying to think. For doing this kind of thing, would you rather I had the camera on me? Alright, let's see if I can. There we go. Hey, hey! There. Is that better? If I do it... Oh, now you can see the mess in the back. That's not helpful. Right, anyway, I digress. Paints. I'm going to use my student paints. So I have System 3 by Daler Rowney. I also have some by Hobbycraft, and I have some Winsor and Newton, the Galleria. And the reason I am going to be using the student paints is really just to take away that, oh my goodness, I'm wasting money if I'm using my expensive paints. So I'm looking at just playing about with non-expensive paints. If you're happy to experiment with your expensive paints, then by all means you do so. I'm not saying you have to use cheap paints for this, but essentially the lesson is going to get you out of your comfort zone. So right, hello Tanya. Oh right, that's because I put the camera on me. Right, I'm just trying to see if I can keep up with oh, so it's a UK thing, Chrissy. So you say the big light in the UK then, right? Okay, that's fine. So because if you guys say it then and we say it, then it's obviously it's a UK thing then. The big light. Put the big light on. Chrissy says we don't mind mess. Oh no, have I missed it? Hi Joe. No, you haven't. I am being most gratefully supported by you guys. Essentially I am making sure that I am setting up all the cameras and knowing exactly where the cameras are going to go, whether you guys are going to be able to see, if there's anything going to be in the way. And I'm also going to be talking about, in fact this is where we're at the moment, I'm talking about the materials I'm going to be using and what I'm going to be doing, and I might give a small demonstration on the kind of thing that I am actually going to do with you guys, depending on the sort of time frame and whether you want me to or not. So somebody says all right, okay, so Mona says no worries, we all have an artist, we all artists have a mess, or all we artists have a mess, sorry. Ain't that the truth? In at the deep end. So Joe, hopefully you'll get your paintings tomorrow. Oh, okay, cool. So you're doing a swap. Right. Yeah. Paints. Cheap paints. Paper. As cheap as you've got. We're going to do it on paper because what the lesson is on Friday, the lesson is going to be how to be okay with imperfection. I am going to put you out of your comfort zone. I'll use sock folders anyway. There might be people out there that are going to watch on Friday that are absolutely fine with making a mess and not really caring on the paper. However, there are some who really struggle. They'd like to paint a lot looser, but they really struggle with being able to do that. So my lesson isn't a lesson in painting technique. It is a lesson in how to get you into the frame of mind where you can learn a painting technique. So there's going to be a little bit of a kind of combination of painting technique, but mostly it's about getting you feeling okay with using that painting technique. So yes, there's going to be an element of painting techniques within the lesson, but that's not the lesson. Does that make sense? Okay, so right, oh that's cool. So you swapped paintings and Kraken the betas. Okay, so Joe's getting paintings and you got Kraken. Fantastic. Hi Kraken. Chrissy says don't fold socks, don't even iron, buy stuff that doesn't crease. Yeah, I don't fold socks either. But we've started using the expression folding socks for people like Mona who really don't like to be out their comfort zone when they're painting. They like things to be neat and rendered, and they don't feel comfortable doing loose paintings and sort of abstracty type paintings. So the idea of Friday's lesson is to help people who want to be less... Oh, and we've switched off. Does this mean I'm going to have to reset it again? Oh, it does. Right, I'm going to put it onto the webcam only. Right. Webcam only until such times as... Let's get this down a bit. This is a bit too... Okay, I know it's black around the edges, but there. I really don't want to be like in your face. So anyway, right, I've switched the camera back on when we're actually going to paint. In fact, maybe now would be a good time to actually figure out the menu settings. Right, so does that help? By the way, Tanya, I just wanted to let you know that my vacation wore me out. I've not made it to the frame shop yet. Hopefully within the next week, then I'll post it everywhere when I give to Mum. Oh, fantastic. Brilliant. Brilliant. I hope you had a good holiday, Linda. Right. I might have to... Right. Battery. No. Nope, that's not it. There is a setting here that should allow me to take off no. Right, this is going to take far too long. I need to consult. I need to consult the I'm forgetting. I can't get my words out. I need to either look up Google or look at the instruction booklet and actually find out the settings. So so you follow what Tanya is painting, is that right? Yes. On Friday I will be painting. And I'm encouraging everybody to join in with me. So today's talk and setup, as I say, is about getting ready for Friday and about giving people the opportunity to ask me any questions, to know exactly what it is that they're needing to have. So let's see, any other questions? Okay, so colours. The colours I'm going to be using, the colours that you're going to require, is whatever colours you want to bring to the table. Whatever colours that are in your cheap colour range, the ones that you're wanting to use, bring them. They're essentially, if you've got pre-mixed colours that will do for sort of skin tones and things, then use them. If not, I will be showing you essentially how to mix different colours using the basics. So your red, yellow, green, and if you've got it, ideally burnt umber, but if you don't, we can still kind of make do, because this isn't realistic painting, this is a bit of fun, so really any colours will actually do. We're needing, essentially we're going to need a range, so like these two colours, they're very similar in tonal value, so if this is the only range that you've got, it's not really going to work, because we need something to darken it up. So maybe a blue to darken up. So long, it's not so much the colours that are important, but the values. Let me see, what else. I'm probably going to experiment a little bit with, there we go, with mixing white, as well as, the only expensive material I'm going to use is my titanium white, and that is because it's the only one I've got. I don't have a cheap titanium white, so I will have to use this one. So Joe says I may be radical and do different colours. That's fantastic. As I said, the most important thing is that you have a range of tonal values. If you have all pre-mixed colours, so long as you have a light, a mid-tone and a dark tone. So let me give you a demonstration of what that might look like. So I have here my craft paints. So this could potentially be a dark tone. This would be a light tone. So you've got your light, oh sorry, this one, your light, your darker, and this might actually go as a mid-tone. So you've got your light, your mid-tone and your dark. That's all you're really wanting. You want a light, a mid-tone and a dark. In fact, yeah, that would be fun. Shall we do something with these paints today? Would you like that? I'll get these out of the way, and I'll give you a chance to kind of answer me. The hashtag will be I'm a creative tartanite if you post on IG or Facebook. Yes, in fact, if you post it anywhere, if you pop that hashtag on, that way anytime I'm on the platform, if I search that hashtag, it means that I'll be able to see, oh, you guys, awesome work, and I get really excited because I think it's brilliant to see all you guys and how awesome you are as creative tartanites. Yes, so you would like, so I'm going to use these three, and so that means I will have to switch the camera on, which is fine. I'll get that done for you, and then that way you can we can see what we can come up with. Just a little bit of fun, just a little bit of playing. There's nothing particularly serious going on today. I'm just looking for Right, I have a, it's just an old card. I'm going to use that. It's so old, it's out of date. I've cut it up. It's not, there's no usable information on this card, but I'm just making sure that it's still not seeable. Right. Okay, what do I need? I've got my brushes. I need to get the other camera back on, so let me get, if you're seeing this, my apologies, but let me get this sorted again. So because we're going to stick with the pick in pick, I'm just going to quickly get the live view back up. Okay, there we go. Oops. Get that back up. So there we are. I'll be with you in just a second. Just need to put that in the right area. There we go. And that's us. I'm going to use the webcam to put it down onto the oops. There we are. Are you able to see the palette okay? Right. I also have a cloth as well, in case I need it. Let's play. I will give you a quick demonstration of what I plan to do on Friday. So this is going to essentially be our dark. There we go. This is going to hopefully become our mid-tone, and this is going to be our light. So we are going to hold the brush back at the end of our brushes. We are going to do very loose. In fact, I'm going to sit back a little bit further from this. I really do not want to be close at all or whatsoever. I'm going to use this as reference, but I'm not painting this, if that makes sense. So, looking at the reference here, that's us got our shape in. So simple as that. Our shape. Then we're going to think about some of the darker areas. We're not doing anything particularly fancy. And there's our mid-tone. I didn't rinse out my brush because I figured that the pink with the brown would probably mix and give me a different colour again. And I will probably stop and say, right, you sock folder over there, stop making this neat. Oh, hello Manon, hello there, welcome, and hi Spencer, hello, welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Oh, Mariana, hello, welcome. Welcome to you as well. And welcome, Chrissy Tart. So I take it that's Chrissy T Art as opposed to Chrissy Tart. So, again, not really doing particularly much. Just adding some colour onto and you can mix. Nothing to stop you from mixing the colours. So a little bit of the brown, as I said, with the pink gives us different colour again. And I'm really not caring. So as this is the darkest value that we've got in terms of our paint, I'm going to use that around the darkest areas that are in that photograph. The lips, I'm kind of guessing, are probably more of a mixture. So I'm just going to capture that. So there you go. That's the first of me actually rinsing out my brush, and I did it out of habit. Oh, okay, so it's you, right, okay. It's you, it's not somebody that is new. Okay, fair enough, Chrissy. Oh dear. I can tell I will be in trouble. She will point the brush at me. Yes! But in a good way. Hello, Helen. Good job, you just emptied... okay. Who just emptied their bladder? Mariana is asking who else is painting along. Today is, nobody knew this was going live. This is just a bit of a demonstration, as opposed to actually proper live paint along. I was really just wanting to check. Oh, hello, Chibuka Art. Hi. I just wanted to check that my settings and things were all right and everybody knew the kinds of things that we were going to be doing. So there is so you see what I'm doing. I'm just kind of just loosely putting in where I think it would be. Maybe just a dab of white in there. Nothing particularly so maybe a little bit of the mixing with the pinks and the brown. So you can see it's really just, I'm holding my brush here. This is not it's not meant to be, and that you can lighten the pink. It's not meant to be. Now the difference, excuse me, oh, I've got the hiccups. The difference with the craft paint is that when you put down a lighter shade, it's not actually giving you a lighter shade because it's so thin. Again, I'm just putting in some darker shades. I might so there you go. There is essentially just put them in just a little darker. Just remember that the darkest value you've got is your darkest value. And so, oh, somebody says hi, Gail. Right, we'll have less of that. Mona. Oh. Thank you. Yeah, we're not having that kind of behaviour on the channel. That's just not on. So that is it. This is a painting and we'll leave it at that. There is nothing other than that. That's it. We do not have to, says she, fiddling with it, but I just wanted to just establish just the darks a little bit more than they were there. So that's it. That is a very loose painting. It's nothing that I would necessarily frame and put up on my walls. But the idea of this is to really stop ourselves from trying to get perfect. Doesn't have to be perfect. So there you go. Says she fiddling with it. But I can't help it. There we have a very, very, very quick, very, very, very loose painting using 3 colours. That's all we used: pink, vanilla and chocolate brown. We don't need to use anything more, and that's essentially what it is. We are going to be looking at how do we, you know, get different, how do we get comfortable, essentially. With painting loose. And that's how we do it. We just practice doing silly little things. And that's essentially it. That is a very, 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 very quick demonstration. I will probably go slower. I will be a little bit more what's the word? I don't know. Tentative, maybe. Let's do another one. Do you want another one? It's not. The minimum we will use is 3 colours, right? It's not a we're sticking to 3 colours. The minimum we use is 3 tones, but we can, because I said colours earlier on, that's not what I meant. I meant 3 tones. The minimum we're going to use is 3 tones. However, we are going to look at different we can do any colours that we want, just providing there are 3 tones. Right, so there I've got another bit of paper up. We will be I don't know, I haven't decided yet exactly what I might use this photograph again. I may do something out of my imagination. I don't know yet. I'm here. Must be all the wind I can hear but not see. Oh, okay. That's interesting. Hi, Beth. Hello. Right, so I guess I did probably say not this one. I may choose a different one. I probably won't use this one. I probably will use a different one. What I meant to say was not necessarily this one. but we'll see, because the thing is, this is a really good front on face, and it's a good place for beginners to start thinking about painting looser. As I say, we're not painting it to look like this, but this is a good layout of a face. The eyes are relatively even, we've got the nose in the middle, it's not 3/4 length, which makes it a little bit more awkward. So it's a really good face to use. So the chances are we might be looking at this as a reference again, but we might not, it just depends. But I suspect that this will probably be the actual face structure that we're kind of looking at. But what we're not doing is we're not painting it. Does that make sense? We're not making it look real. It's really I'll do another demonstration and I'll show you what I mean. So let's up the ante. Let's use a bigger brush. Let's be interesting. Let's see what we can come up with. So I think I'll maybe do this a little bit bigger. So this is definitely the darkest that we've got, so I'm making sure that I'm putting in the darkest parts using the dark. Now bear in mind that, again, I'm just using the same 3 colours. So we've got kind of a bit of a shape, and yeah, okay, it's dark, but do you know what? I'm going to just add a little bit of interest. With a little bit of the pink. Why not? And maybe even a little bit of interest. And so instead of trying to get the actual dimensions in, let's do this. So there's the eye sockets. Right. And then let's try this. Let's just so there's where the face is. And let's just abstract it like so. Let's just scrape the paint. we've got a highlighted area there, and we've got that there. Let's just do that. Let's see what happens. Of course, now I'm running out of there we go. So it's not really anything. But can you see the face? Yes, on Friday I will go much slower so everybody can keep up. So there you go. That is essentially a face starting to pop out. It's nothing, you know, it's not a realistic face. It's not anything other than it's a face emerging. You know, these are all, it's just practice. It's not meant to be. Oh, let me pop up the other one. Let me see if I can. There we go. You know, these are the kinds of things that we're going to be doing, and this is about us getting out of our comfort zone. Right, I am going to there we go. Haha. So, what do you think? Is that helpful? Do you think that you're going to have fun on Friday? Is this the kind of thing that you are looking to do? Now, bear in mind that I've only chosen 3 very cheap and cheerful paints today. But you know, we can play with different colours, we can play with all sorts of things. We do not necessarily have to stick to only 3 colours. I was just showing you that as an example, that if you only had 3 colours, oh excuse me, make sure that you had 3 different tonal values. A light, a mid-tone and a dark. So I've got my Facebook, obviously. I've still got my Facebook going, so yeah, lots of messages now. That is essentially what I'm going to be doing on Friday, and I am absolutely thrilled to bits that I finally sussed out the settings to enable, because I knew how to go picture in picture for a long time. I I just thought that my internet connection, I needed to have it properly hardwired. That even the I have this thing that you plug into the socket and then hardwire from the thing that you plug in into your computer, and then you have another one in the socket next to your Wi-Fi, your box, and that then hardwires. So essentially it fools the computer into thinking that you're hardwired because it's running through your electricity cables and not through the Wi-Fi. And I've not been able to get it actually working until today, when I decided to try one more time to kind of mess about with the settings. And lo and behold, I got it working. So I'm so excited. And hopefully my excitement is going through the internet to you guys, and it's meaning that you guys are excited as well. So yeah, I'm going to make sure that I've got my batteries, both of them. That's the camera switching off again. I'm going to make sure that let me put it on just directly onto the webcam only. Here we go. I'm going to make sure I've got batteries, 2 batteries ready for doing the lesson. I will make sure that I've sussed out in my camera settings to tell it not to keep switching off after so long, to just continuously be on. As far as I'm aware, I don't think that I can actually plug power directly into the camera, which is a pain, but that's the way it is. And we'll take it from there. So any last questions? Let me just I've got my phone now, so I can actually keep a track better of the messages. The other thing I'm going to try and do is I'm actually thinking I might try and attach my laptop as a monitor, a second monitor. So use my laptop as a second monitor, then I can have it closer to me, which means that I might be able to use the laptop to monitor the questions instead of my phone, which means that I'll be a little bit quicker in picking them up. So Laura has said that I've come to the conclusion that I'm a sock folder and this is out my comfort zone, but I'm going to try it anyway. Excellent, that's what I love to hear. I know some of you are definitely sock folders and I know you're going to feel uncomfortable doing this, but if you really genuinely can't do it, don't worry about it. I'm not forcing anybody to do it, but if you can pluck up enough courage, if you like, to try it, I would wholeheartedly love to be able to support you. It's a little like having a phobia and being you know, like a spider phobia. What you would start off with is you would start looking at pictures of spiders, and then eventually you would then you know, maybe see a video of a spider, and then you might be in the same room as a spider, and then you might be able to get up a bit closer to a spider in a box, and then eventually you'll get to the point where you can hold a spider, you know, that kind of thing. This is kind of essentially what I'm trying to do with you guys, is really allow you to learn to not care what it looks like. That we're going to make a mess. There's no two ways about it. We're going to make a mess. And I don't know if you guys have noticed, but sometimes when I watch really good artists and they talk about, you know, oh, let's just slap the paint around and it doesn't matter what it looks like, and suddenly you're looking at a really very pretty picture because they're really very talented and they excuse me, that they're doing you know, really nice things. Well, I'm going to make sure that you do not think, oh, but that's a really pretty picture that you're doing. I am simply going to make a mess along with you, and we're going to learn to be okay with that mess. Does that sound like a plan? Mona's saying that she's going to have to go because she's going to start cooking dinner. This has been helpful and I will be here on Friday unless siblings show up. Fantastic, Mona. Thank you for helping me out today with getting the setup correctly, etc, etc. I know there's been a few glitches today, but that's because I knew that there would be and I wanted to get them out of the way today rather than on Friday. And I'm hoping that you guys can still hear okay with my microphone setup. So Chibuka Art is saying mess is fun. Yes, it absolutely is. And the idea is that I'm hoping that we will get from mess, we'll be able to find the beauty in it. So that's kind of the general gist. That's essentially what we're going to be doing on Friday. We are all going to get out of our comfort zones and we are going to see if we can find the beauty in the mess. We're going to make a mess and we're going to find the beauty in it, and we're going to be okay, and we're going to learn to be okay with a mess. It doesn't matter what we end up with, just so long as we have participated. Laura doesn't paint, she's a crafter. So welcome to the world of painting, Laura. Chrissy says I've got to go also go eat, then set up for my streaming myself. Okay, Chrissy, thank you for joining me, much appreciated. Hopefully I will be able to join you on your live as well. Madonna says yes, I will definitely give it a go after work. Fantastic, Madonna. Right, so Linda's saying that this sounds great. Excellent. Chibuka Art says I'll be here on Friday too. Thank you, Tanya. You're very welcome. I'm probably going to have to reword the live scheduled live because I accidentally changed the wording on it, thinking it was something that I was going to be making a new one. So the wording on it is not right, so I'll have to redo that. So anybody noticing it, they'll be like, huh? Very confused. But that's why, because I accidentally changed the actual scheduled wording. So my apologies, and it will get changed to what it should be. So that being said, that's us. Thank you so much. It has been a pleasure as always. Take care, everybody. You are all creative Tartanites in my eyes, and I will see you all on Friday. Bye for now. I've lost my mouse. Bye.